I have a question here about teaching digital media. And I think the big question there is are there any examples of how you're using ICEV with something that's predominantly in class and hands-on? And I know Mr. Sandifer teaches the digital media, so I'll let you take that one.
In South Carolina, we have digital media marketing, which is a hybrid of all the digital arts and advertising that brings in the theory. And so I use ICEV for that because all of the industry standard definitions or terminology, which I don't have a background in broadcast, but a lot of the terminology is industry standards that you would use if you were on a set, from what I've been researched. Also, it's going to bring you all your vocabulary, all of your theory that you would want to use with students maybe in class as you're teaching something on lighting, or outside of class where the students can watch those videos or see the PowerPoint slideshows outside of class. And so ICEV for digital media is a great primary source, also a great companion piece when you are doing the hands-on, to supplement what you're doing hands-on in the classroom.
Thank you. That's very helpful. We do have several questions regarding LMS systems, whether it's Canvas, Google Classroom, Schoology, and the answer is absolutely. We integrate with those platforms. With all of those LMS, what I would do, or what I would suggest, is we did a workshop specific to integration with all of the different types of learning management systems. So if you look into the CTE Inspired agenda, you'll be able to find that workshop. There's a lot of really good information there. We will have the Q&A session for that. But if you go to the ICEV account page, if you have a login, there is a resources tab or tutorials tab that allows you to see different tutorials on each one of the integrations with Schoology, Canvas, Google Classroom, etc. So that's a place that you can find that. As far as the Google Classroom integration, we are actually waiting. We've done our part. We're waiting on Google to approve the app piece. They said yesterday that should happen anytime, which would allow you to integrate directly from the ICEV platform. But under tutorials, you will also see a way to integrate Google Classroom until that app feature is approved. So the answer is yes. Hopefully that clears some of that up. If your district only purchased the teacher license, will you be able to share the videos to your students? The answer is no. You would need the student license to share any of those assets. You can utilize that into ICEV and share everything within ICEV or into an additional LMS. But all those student licenses are $10 per student for the year. So if you're teaching semester courses, you would only need enough for the semester. But if it is a year-long course, they would need that license for the year. I know Ms. Hendricks and Mr. Sandifer both utilize the student piece. Do you want to talk about that?
I would highly recommend it. When we first started with ICEV, we did not. So there are a few limitations, especially with the interactive. You don't have that piece. So it is nice to be able to have that available, especially as y'all saw in the interview, I was on leave for about half of last year. And so they were able to do all of the assignments that I put together for them just through ICEV, and I couldn't have done that without the student licenses. So we eventually made that push as a district to purchase those licenses for the students, and I think it was a well worth investment because it is hard because there are some limitations if you don't have it.
That's really about all the time that we've got. Sorry to cut you off there, but want to make sure everybody can get to their next session that they have. Like Mark mentioned earlier, we will be posting answers to these questions on the CTE Inspired page. And if there's any that's targeted at any of the panelists, we will get with them to get those answered for you as well. Make sure to use the challenge code for this session, which is MARKIT 037. So MARKIT 037. Be sure to put that in your challenges tab so that you get your PD credit for coming to the session. And thank y'all so much.
Thanks, Ms. Hendricks. Thanks, Mr. Sandifer. And yes, thanks everyone for attending. And hopefully you can attend more workshops. Enjoy your day.
Bye, everyone.